For reasons that I don't really want to go into, I had decided about not doing the Orktober 40k Orc Community Showcase. But some people in that community said, why aren't you doing it? We like that stuff. Can you please do it for us? So I said, yes, I will. And that is going to be coming up very, very soon. But before we go over to the community showcase, I am going to talk about coffee. Now, this episode is going to be brought to you by Tom, who bought me a coffee on the Buy Me a Coffee page. So, cheers to you, Tom. And now that I've done that, let's go and have a look at some of these really great armies. Alright, before I get into it, just going to explain a few things now. This challenge was done on the 40k Orc community over on their Discord, and it's a monthly challenge that they do, but this one was just mainly to showcase your army. Now, the whole idea was that you were supposed to do a photo of your army before, at the beginning of the month, and then one at the end. And humans being humans don't always follow instructions, so we got photos of all sorts of things. So I'm trying to make sense of it all and put it all together in a format which sort of makes sense. But there's lots of good stuff to look at. Now, not everyone will have all the photos they submitted will be shown. That's mainly because some people did lots, say up to 10 to 15, and others only put in one. So I'm trying to create so that each person who submitted something will get equal airing time. I'm just trying to be as fair as I possibly can, and also not turn this into a marathon, a video. So let's see how it goes. Let's go and have a look at this stuff. I promise. Now, next, you will see videos next screen. It's not videos. You'll see Orkies next screen.
5-header here with his Snakebite's army, or the start thereof. Now, if you see a logo in the top corner in any of these pictures, that means that there'll be a link in the description. Now, 5-header is a YouTuber, so I just thought I'd throw his link down there for you to go and check out some of his great videos. Now, there's some really interesting work done here. Lots and lots of goodies. I think this is going to be a great looking army when it's done. But I must admit, is an Orc army ever fully done? So I do like the squig off, and there's a couple of weird boys in there. Anyway, it is going to be a fantastic army, and fantastic work to 5-header there. So here is Bane with his, well, like I say, 4. It's a nice little start of a little war there. Nice big war boss, and what is that? Buggy at the back, Death Dread. There's some really good stuff there. Yeah, you could definitely have some fun with this army at the moment, and nice and red. Maybe we'll need to see more bikes and more bogies. Oh well, here is the after shot. So he's done some building, and there are some more buggies, and looks like there's some bikes and a few copters and a few other things at the front. Tank busters, if my eyes don't. Yeah, my eyes are telling me the truths. So this is really good. Fantastic work. Just keep that war going, Bane. Now, Bean Goblin tells us that here is most of his orcs that are all painted. Well, mostly completed to fully painted is what he says. Now, what is really interesting here, see that is a scratch build Chinook, which he entered, and I do think it was another scratch build from a previous competition. So there's some really, really good work he's doing there with his scratch building. And yeah, I really like this stomper, and there was a little picture of the rest of his army up there, just trying to fit as much army in here as I possibly can, because there is some great work here. And is that a Deathskull all in red, and a nice little red Dagger tank not Dagger tank, Dagger jet. Oh, good work, Bean. Big mech kid here with his army of one, and what a glorious looking war boss we have here. I'm assuming it's a war boss. Yeah, I think it looks big enough, that's for certain. And it's blue, and who doesn't like a blue boss? There's some, I do like the freehand on the banner. The shield looks a bit like something out of an old ogre kit. And look at those legs. I have no idea what all these bits are, but it's a fantastic bit of scratch building if I've ever seen one. Or is it kit bashing? It's more like a kit bash, isn't it? But let's just look at this. Fantastic work there, big mech kid. Here's what I did over the month of Orktober. Now, some builds and painting with the Dagger tank at the back, and then the war boss at the front. Both of those are Gear Guts models. Most of this stuff, the tank busters, the looters, and the burner boys, were just me rebasing. There was a couple of shooter boys up the back there as well, and in the front are some knobs with double kill saws. That was me doing a kit bashing job as well, and paint as well. And all that scatter terrain you can see was done there, all except for one of the, I think all of it was done. So that was me, and a little deathcopter as well. Check out the size of the war on this one from Casey. Wow, that is one impressive looking army. All those stompers up the back, and I spy a few noughts right up the back. My poor old eyes, there's some dreads and death dreads and some cans, and boys. Wow, that's just amazing stuff. Now this is what he's painted in this month, and I do believe there are a few war bosses there from Gear Guts. So there's a 6+ Sevo and a Scar there, and there's Dim at the back, and the poor old Dread up the back there. And is that a Gear Guts Mark II I spy? Oh wow, look, he's really done some justice to those great models. Lucivig here with his Wa, and he does say, "Behold my grey tide. I have 2 mostly painted unit of boys and at least 1 unit done of bikers." But still, it's a great job. I'm sure he's going to get on there. Look at that. There's some good stuff there. Look at that. I'm sure he'll get around doing it all one day. But I do believe he has a good reason for not doing as much on this army. And here it is. Look at his Tau Orc conversion here, which he's been working on. There's some fantastic stuff here. That's some great looking, that's a great looking mini army there. I reckon that'd be fun to play with. So I am going to forgive you, Lucivig, if that's how I'm pronouncing your name right. Well done. Great army. Or armies. Here we have that mad Canadian who's hell-bent on world domination, Gear Guts. Now, he can be found across 3 continents so far if you want to buy his models. So that's almost half the world done. He's almost there. So look at this. Apparently in this army there is 1 Goth and 1 Iron's Fists in there. So have a good look. Can you see it? And no, that's not the big yellow thing in off-center. That's Gear Guts himself. Just imagine having your own printer. What armies you could make. Oh, this is fantastic stuff. Conus here with a little before shot little army there, and it's looking pretty good. I do enjoy the buggy that he scratch built in a previous competition or showcase. And sort of there. So yeah, looking good looking stuff. There is an aftershot coming up. What will be in it? Well, there's a hint in the picture. There he is. He did a bit more painting along through here, a few more rockets and a few boys, and there is a battle wagon in the back just waiting for some paint. But you know, you have to hobby in your own time, and this is a great start to a war. Good work done there, mate. Little mech, big army. Now this is all that he had to show us, and it's a great looking piece of army as well. That's not the right phrase, but heck, what the heck, I'll go with it. Lots of red in these showcases, so they must be quite very fast at doing their painting. And look, there's some buggies in there. There's a Naut of sorts, that's the Gorkanaut. A couple of planes, lots of boys, a few copters, and oh look, there's the jet, the teleporting jet, whose name I had forgotten. But you probably have, orcs, you probably know what they are themselves. Tell me what I've missed in this army. And yeah, look, a great little war there, little mech. Here's Poker Cactus with his massive army. He says there's about 15,000 points there, and I'll believe him. He also says it's about 90% painted. Yeah, why not? I'll believe him on that too. And in that little corner shot, there's his war boss all looking there. One of the few Goths armies I think I've seen. I could be wrong. Yeah, no, I think this is the first one. But if I am wrong and I've missed someone's Goth army, I do apologise. Wow, look at all this stuff. Yeah, just marvellous stuff here. Well done to you, Poke. So I tried to incorporate all of Scar's 3 photos there into one thumbnail so that we can have a good look at all his orcs in entirety there. So there's a great looking war boss down the bottom there. There's a Gazgul. It's so black it looks almost purple, but that could just be my colour blindness. And blue squig, a few other biggies. Is that an old Gaz in there? There's some knobs, and up there's a warbosser on bike, a few things on bikes, a few buggies. I'm not quite sure what that thing is with wings. And look, that poor little Death Dread, he doesn't seem to want to get on with those flash kits. Well, all is fair in love and war. Fantastic effort there, Scar. And here is Scrapjaw Grak's massive army. His words, not mine. it's a great little start. There's some fantastic, some looters, some grots, ammo grots at the front, a few boys, some scratch-built vehicles of sorts. That's quite impressive. There is some good stuff. And in the bottom corner there is some mega knobs fully painted. So he's quite happy about that. Yeah, look, fantastic looking army. There's nothing to sneeze at here. It's good stuff. Every orc, no matter what size of the orc army, is just is more for the war, and that's always a good thing. Now, Tursus was one of these people who put in a lot of photos, more than I could count because I only have 2 hands. But this is what he started with his army here, some unpainted. I do like the gear guts mechanical squig off in there. And here's some of the stuff that he painted. Now this is some great looking stuff there. I do believe that War Boss was done before, but hey, what the heck, was just some other stuff. And the biker War Boss looks really, really good too. So there's some fantastic work, so we can forgive him for not going too fast. And these grots, I just love these grots. Generally love grots in general, but I generally love grots in general. That's just rambling for the sake of rambling, and we'll stop that. And what we'll say is, well done, Tursus, for a great looking army there. The last army for this video is from Tom, that nice young fellow who bought me a coffee I may have mentioned earlier in the piece. And fine looking army it is too. And here is some of his bigger stuff. And look at that, that's a shark attack gun there in that gargant. Or is it a squig off? I can never tell. I think it's so size it's a gargant. Yes, a shark attack gun. And there's the big moon and mini moon. And here are some of these smaller models. So we've got Squiggly, Piggly and Wiggly and Lugnuts. There's a Big Mac and a War Boss, I believe. Some excellent stuff there from Tom. Well done.
Well, there you have it. There's some great armies there for some fantastic hobbyists, and it's really good to see so much work getting done. Now, it was a bit of a challenge of me to get a few of these armies all together. I'm really learning how to get my editing skills on par, aren't I, here? So hopefully you enjoyed it. Now, next month, or this month, it's Nobvember. So the challenge is over at the Discord page to put in your best knob. So you've got a build or paint or whatever, something a knob, you've got to put your best knob forward, and it will be judged by Roxy. And I'll most likely do another one of these, but that will be next month. That's something for future Brak to worry about. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that thing. Now remember, I'm going to go, and as always, if you go on Crumpin, you got to bash early and bash often. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can show your appreciation by liking, sharing and subscribing. Also, please don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can catch all my latest videos. Due to the global Nurgle related circumstances, I'm currently doing this full time. I would really appreciate it if you could show your support by becoming a Patreon member. For as little as $3 US, you can help me with my hobby and filming equipment. If you feel you can't commit long term, then you can always buy me a coffee. The links will be below in the description.